All right, YouTube. Here we go. I'm going to upset everybody right now in the boxing community. Uh, when Joshua fought Ngannou, uh, that fight was fixed. It was fixed not in a classical sense, take a dive or a massive cheat like loading the gloves, but this is how dirty boxing is. They had Ngannou had to be at the stadium, be waiting for like 8 or 10 hours, and was told to be there that early and that they were going to be prepared to start the fight early, and that it was going to start at an early time. Meanwhile, Joshua's team over there with Hearn, I guess Riyadh and the Saudis have their favorites. Uh, they came in 45 minutes before the fight. So he got to lay around, get mentally ready, and come in and do a quick warm up and get his mind straight and get in the ring, which he was doing from across the street, mind you, at the hotel and the hotel gym. Ngannou had none of that. Like I said, he was told it was 8 or 10 hours before the fight, and had to sit in a barely cushioned chair in a room the whole time with nothing. And folks, that's the pettiness of boxing. Everybody says get a good manager, try to get in with a good promoter. Darn tootin' with that, because there's a lot of cheating, a lot of things going on. But we see Joshua had what he had to face this past weekend, and he got beat. And he got beat royally by somebody he should not have been beaten by. And from the earlier loss that Joshua had to Andy Ruiz, which is showing the sad state of boxing in itself, because when a guy that obese can get in the ring and just take down the world champ like happened at that time where Joshua was took down, that shows a sad state of affairs in boxing. Then you got those that are stupid and ignorant. They just, I don't want to say it because it'll sound racist, but they're just stupid. But it's what black people call the ignorant ones of themselves. Deontay Wilder standing around claiming all sorts of falsities and things like that, because he was never really anything other than a paper champion in himself. And I could go on and on about the state of affairs in heavyweight boxing, but it's our dream and our hope and our true belief that if Joe's 16, he's sitting at around 180, 185 as a daily weight right now, comfortable weight. We're hoping as he continues to grow that we can get in good excess of 200 and he fight in the heavyweight division. And if that happens, boxing is going to be changed. If he settles in weight to cruiserweight or the light heavyweight, those divisions will be changed. I guarantee you. Guarantee. Without a shadow of a doubt. So I just was thinking about the fight again between Joshua and Dubois, and I said, well, I'm going to put a quick video out about it. We are going to lose boxing, folks. People are getting disinterested in it, and newer people coming up are not interested in it as they were when I was younger and into adulthood. Past 25 or so years, boxing has been awful, awful. And it's going to continue to be that way until we get some good heavyweights up and about. Uh, in the United States, when we did have a champion, although he was a paper champion in recent times here, this guy couldn't fill a stadium. He had to have an Englishman help him fill the stadium. So it's just a sad state of affairs with boxing in the U.S. especially. And I truly believe that's why boxing is failing today, is because it's failing in the United States. When it depletes so bad where there's not enough money to get fighters to actually fight one another, that you have to have oil country step up and make these fights and give out this extra money, something is bad wrong. So boxing is suffering from top to bottom, and the fact of the matter is suffering from the top to the bottom, and especially in the U.S., because in the U.S. our amateur program is woke. Prior to being woke, the people that were running it, manning it, were not handling boxers properly. Trainers are not pushing young men any longer as they used to. Folks, you're not gonna, it's just gonna be an odd thing for a boy to be growing up in a $500,000 home and him come in and set what he wants to do when he wants to do it, basically. Or you can't push him but so far. And that kid become a great champion. Back in my day, these guys did what they were told to do. They were pushed. And that's why around me, I'll cut a guy in a second. This week, I'm fortunate. I did cut 2 guys, rethought it, brought them back in. Kid couldn't do 4 push-ups last week. He did 100 yesterday. I pushed this guy. And I had an hour talk with these guys before I even got into it. And I told them, it's my way or the highway. If I tell you to do 5,000 of one specific thing, you get into doing that 5,000. And if it takes you 5 days, you don't stop till you got the 5,000. And see, nobody's doing that no more. Everybody's getting in and teaching defensive skills and technical stuff. And what you have are fighters that are either so muscled up that they can't fight 12 measly rounds. Championship fighting used to be 15 rounds. Could you imagine any champion today having to, what they would be like if they had to fight 15 rounds? I can imagine it pretty much scientifically in my head, and what would happen is anyone from the 60s or 70s would totally demolish any champion today, with all this defensive skill or not. We need to get back to offense is your best defense, and that is the way we do it around here, and we will continue to do so. It is so backbreaking, no good, unpleasant around here that we simply, in this whole country of Colombia, we're in South America right now, cannot not get sparring partners. We have a lot of sparring that goes on, but it has to be nice and easy with concerns to especially Joe, because he would literally crush anybody. And he just turned 16 years old, and he would literally crush anybody. There are several, a bunch of professionals in Cartagena in this country. I put word out there with all the gyms online. We'll come there. Let's do some hard sparring. None of these professionals want to do it. None of their trainers want to allow them to get in the ring with Joe. And so is it a wonder why boxing is failing today when professionals in their mid and late 20s won't take on a challenge to even hard spar a 16-year-old? So boxing is suffering. All right, on another note, Joe's got finals this week. I'm hoping and praying that he aces it like he normally does, and literally out of every class, if he misses over 5 questions in total, every class combined, he's had a bad showing. So we're hoping that his academic excellence will continue as well. We monetize the channel, so and when we monetized it, all the views stopped. So we're getting like 40 views a day. Before then, we were getting 2,000 views a day before I monetized. So I don't know what's going on with that, but we're trying to get some extra money where hopefully we can go up to Panama or places nearby before we relocate back to the U.S. and anything left over we're going to use for relocation funds back to the U.S. So we just keep tooting along around here, and what it entails is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears of hard work. And if you're a young boxer, you get into that. It shouldn't be difficult today to get up in the higher echelon of boxing, because boxing is awful. So that's my old man rant for the day. I will conclude with Joe's, who has got the personality of a Sonny Liston type as far as being talkative. He's coming out of his shell a little bit more, so he's saying he wants to get online a little bit more and that you guys get to know him a little bit. So that's coming soon. That'll be coming before this weekend. So much love to everyone. I want to tell you, as imperfect as we are, Christ is our King up in here. We love the Lord in all our imperfectness. And we hope you come over to that camp too. God bless everybody. Got a weekend coming up soon, and we hope everybody has a great one.